Hey everybody, it's Chris from SuperNatural. While I'm working at the brewery, I always seem to get a few common questions. One is, of all the beers that we make at SuperNatural, which one is my favorite? Another one is, obviously, what's my favorite beer of all time? And then there's the closely related question, is that if I were living on a desert island and could only have one beer for the rest of my life, what beer would that be? Let's head on over to SuperNatural and we'll talk about those questions. The question of what is my favorite beer, or let's say my favorite beer of all time, versus what is the single beer that if I was stuck on a desert island, and I could only have one beer, what beer would that be? That question for me is a little bit easier to answer. The answer to that question is the Altered States Amber here at SuperNatural. And that may sound kind of stupid and disingenuous, like, well, of course you're going to say that, you're promoting your own products. But that's not really the case. The reason why Altered States Amber is my single one beer that I'd have for the rest of my life is because I created the beer to be that, exactly that. So it only makes sense that it's the one beer that I'd rather have for the rest of my life. In my homebrew days, I wanted to create, for me, the perfect ideal beer. It'd be a good beer with food, it'd be a good beer for sitting around playing cards, or a good beer for relaxing, or just like I said, a good everyday, well-balanced beer. So I brewed the first batch, I believe it was 1999. And ever since that first batch, I spent a long time tweaking the recipe a little bit here and a little bit there, because it's actually quite a difficult beer to get right. Because I'm trying to strike the perfect balance of the initial hop aroma and hop flavor that you get with the toasty malts. Nothing that's too heavy, but a little bit of maltiness in the character, not too bitter. And all these things have to balance perfectly. And if any one of those things gets to be a little bit too much, it hides the others, and the balance of the beer is just all thrown off, and the whole thing kind of falls apart. So it took me probably about 6 years until I got it to exactly how I wanted it, which was, for me, my ideal beer to be stranded on a desert island. So that's pretty much the beer we brew today. And that's it. That's the story of SuperNatural's Altered States Amber. As I said, it's my desert island beer. It's that way because that's what I made it to be. That's what I wanted. That's my ultimate beer. So if you ever want to try out what my ultimate everyday beer is, come on in SuperNatural, grab yourself an Altered States Amber. Hope to see you soon.